Hello, my name is Raquel Samayoa and I teach at the University of North Texas. I'm going to speak to you today about multiple articulation as part of ITG's Listen and Learn initiative. So the difficult part about multiple articulation is the K syllable, or the back of the tongue articulation, ku. It is good practice to isolate this in some exercises. Here's one that I learned in my undergraduate studies at West Texas A&M University. So you can see in this exercise, the K syllable was isolated, but you also got to practice the T syllable. I think listening to the T syllable and trying to match that quality of sound and articulation when you do the K syllable is pretty good practice. A popular book that everyone uses to practice multiple articulation is the Arbin book. The Arbin book is a wonderful book filled with many great exercises. However, I feel the double tongue section is quite limiting. There is a good book that I like to use to teach students and for myself to practice double tongue articulation, and that is a book by Eric Swisher. And here it is. Here are some demonstrations on the Eric Swisher exercises and why I think his book is genius. Now you can see that I essentially practice the air that I'm going to use when I add the articulation. I think this is a fantastic way to practice. This is a great book and one I highly recommend. So after your double tongue has gotten a good workout with the Eric Swisher book, it's a really good idea to go back to the Arbin and tackle some of these more advanced double tongue articulations. Here are some examples. So a good double tongue session. We isolated the K syllable. We practiced some wonderful exercises in the Eric Swisher book where we practiced our air before adding the articulation. We challenged ourselves by going to the Arbin book and practicing some of these more advanced exercises. Now this is all well and good, but we're here to make music, correct? So I like to add another element, and that is to apply all this knowledge we just practiced, these dry fundamentals, into a musical setting, either with an etude, solo work, or what have you. I really like cornet solos or trumpet solos that have a virtuosic element. So here, let me demonstrate a few of these. I'm still thinking about all the things that I just practiced earlier, which mainly is my air is not stopping and I'm staying relaxed. So have fun with this. You know, always challenge yourself with some musical element. Now, after you've had some fun with double tongue, let's move on to the triple tongue. Now, for the triple tongue exercises, I do like to use the Arbin book. It is a fantastic book for triple tongue exercises. The exercises are laid out in a progressive manner. You can articulate on one note before having to switch it up with the fingers and the tongue. So the hard thing about the triple tongue articulation is getting lost in the syllables. A lot of people do that. So it's really good practice to really practice those syllables, maybe away from the horn. So I like to utilize wind patterns, singing, and then playing it. Practicing in this way will preserve my chops. I'll be more efficient with my time, and I'm still practicing the syllables, which is the main thing that I want to do. Let me demonstrate. Da 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 da. So this is fantastic practice, and I think would really help you tackle learning those syllables a bit better. Now, I've often had students ask me, which syllables should I use? There are two options, of course, the Arbin way, tu-tu-ku, tu-tu-ku, or you can do a modified double tongue, tiki-tiki-tiki. If it's working for you, it's fine, don't change it. However, if you feel like you're limited in your triple tongue, or it's not getting better, it's a constant struggle, you might consider switching to the other type of syllable. So another method that I like to do when I practice triple tongue is to vary my tempi. I like to practice really slow, medium tempo, and really fast, and not get stuck on one that I can only play at one tempo. Don't be the student or the person that says, well, I can play that, but only if it's fast. Well, then you can't play it. You need to be able to play it in all types of tempi. The other consideration, of course, is sound. It doesn't matter how high, fast, or loud you can play. If it doesn't sound good, what's the point? So in the hierarchy of importance, make sure that it always sounds good. Everything is based off that. Another consideration is, as I get faster, my double tongue the articulation gets a bit softer. Let me demonstrate a little bit. So as you get faster, smooth out that articulation. Think more do-do-goo, rather than tu-tu-ku, tu-tu-ku. Another issue with triple tongue is endurance. The Arbin has some great articulations to practice some of this stuff. And just like in the double tongue, it's great to add in a musical element. Well, thank you so much for listening to my session on multiple articulation as part of ITG's Listen and Learn initiative. I hope I gave you some new tips and tricks you can use in your next practice session. Happy practicing, and thank you. Oh, and have fun.